Let's just look at the options first. Now the first one says that this is an example of a free good. Well, the government gives free food, so it's free, so therefore it must be a free good. No, that's not how it works. Because the definition of a free good in economic terms is that to produce this good, there is no opportunity cost. So what it basically means that since an opportunity cost is the next best thing given up, to produce a free good, you do not need to give anything up because it is literally available in the world naturally for free. So for example, air is a free good because you do not need to give up anything to produce air. It is just there, it exists. And water is also a free good, arguably, if it's not purified or processed in any way, because it is available in rivers and streams. So that's just there. You can just grab it without needing to give up anything at all. So that is what a free good is. So is free food? Well, is food itself a free good? Well, to produce food, you do face opportunity costs because you need the factors of production to process this food, to cook the food, to process it in any way you need. It does have an opportunity cost, so that is not a free good. The opposite of a free good, however, is a private good, and that is a good that faces opportunity costs to be produced. So food is not a free good, it's a private good. So this is not correct, so we're just going to cross that off and check the next one. Now the next one says a public good. So what are public goods? Public goods have two common characteristics, which are that they are non-rivalrous and that they are non-excludable. Now this means, well, non-rivalrous means that the consumption of the good does not diminish its use for another consumer. So for example, if I have a piece of chocolate, this will be rivalrous, not non-rivalrous. If I have a piece of chocolate and I eat the piece of chocolate, so there's only the wrapper left, and I give it to another consumer or another person, they will only have the wrapper. There will be no chocolate left to eat because I've already eaten it and it's in my stomach. So this means that I have decreased the use or the consumption of the chocolate, so another person can no longer consume it. So that is a rival good or rivalrous good. However, if it is non-rival, then that means that the use of the good cannot be used up. Now the second one, non-excludable, means that you cannot stop a consumer from consuming it. So for example, let's go back to the chocolate. So let's say a chocolate costs $5, and so I bought the chocolate for $5. However, someone else who does not have $5 cannot buy a chocolate, so they're excluded from accessing the chocolate because they do not have the money to buy it. So in this case, a public good will be non-excludable, meaning that you cannot stop a person from consuming it. So a classic example of a public good are streetlights, because, well, streetlights are little lamps on the side of the road that give you light at night. I can use the light of the street light to see the path ahead. However, me using that light does not decrease or diminish its use for another person passing by. So that makes it non-rivalrous because I do not use up its use for another person. However, and also it is non-excludable because how do you stop someone from using light? So you can't really exactly stop someone specific from using light. So you can't stop them from consuming it. So that's why streetlights are a public good. These are the characteristics of a public good. So is food a public good? Well, does food match up with these characteristics? If I eat the food, well, another person can no longer eat it because it'll be in my stomach, so it doesn't exist. So I can decrease its use for another consumer, so it is not non-rivalrous. It will be rivalrous instead. Alright, is this also non-excludable? Well, technically, since it's free, it is not restricted by any means of payment or prices, so you can say that it is non-excludable, meaning you are not excluding anyone. However, if you want to argue, you can say that the government is only giving this free food to poor households. We're not very certain if it doesn't give it to other households who are not poor. So you can say that governments have excluded them like that. However, as it is already not non-rivalrous, since it definitely doesn't match up with this characteristic, and it's not non-excludable either. So food is both rivalrous and excludable, arguably. So let's just cross that off because that'd be a more certain answer. Now the next one says a demerit good. Well, what are demerit goods? Well, demerit goods are goods that are more harmful than consumers realize. So, however, is food in any way a demerit good? Food can be classified as a merit good, which is the opposite of a demerit good, meaning that it gives benefits that are beneficial than consumers realize. So, as food doesn't really cause any external costs, it is healthy, it's good for your health, and it's good for your life. So it's not necessarily a demerit good, so let's just cross that off. Better examples of demerit goods would be cigarettes, tobacco, alcohol, as they are not very good for your health. But anyways, the next one says a normal good. A normal good is also similar to a private good. If we talk about income elasticity of demand, also known as YED, whatever the value or the coefficient it is, if the sign of it is positive, then it will be a normal good, because that indicates that the relationship between quantity demanded and income is positive. Meaning if income increases, then the quantity demanded for that good will also increase. But it is also a private good because it faces an opportunity cost when produced. So is that true? Yes, if you produce food, then you will face an opportunity cost. And also, food is a type of good that if your income increases, you will want to buy more of it as well. So that makes sense. So, well, this makes sense out of all the options. So for number 12, our option is D, and that is correct.